Alright guys, ZFR Gaming back here again today, and I've just been thinking about this like for the past couple of days since I beaten Uncharted 4. I know I said I would make this video kind of explaining what I said about the game in my review a little more, but I've just been thinking about I want to give it a little more time, and over the past few days, like my view of Uncharted 4 and like the conclusion to this story, like it's just gotten worse. Like, so let me go into what I'm talking about here. I do think Uncharted 4, for what it set out to do, for what it was advertised to do, I do think the game was a failure in terms of that. Now, before anybody jumps the gun and gets super angry and panics and fanboys out on me, kind of like you guys did with Fallout 4, let me just say right now that I do not think Uncharted 4 is a bad game. As overall, Uncharted 4 was not a failure as a game. It was just a failure for what Naughty Dog claimed it would be, which would be Nathan Drake's last adventure in this franchise. I feel like that just... Like, let me just go into this, because I've got a lot to say, but I don't want to take up too much time, so I'm just going to kind of ramble off here, alright? Just say what I gotta say. So pretty much the biggest thing that has me kind of disappointed with this game right now is the ending. Alright, it just didn't do it for me. Like, and I know I love the epilogue. I've said that before, but even now, looking at the epilogue, I kind of see that as almost a little bit of a flaw now too. Now let me go into what I'm talking about here. So pretty much Uncharted 4, the single player all the way throughout the story, it was an amazing story. It was like freaking solid. Like, we haven't had a solid game like this in a while, and it was solid all the way throughout the story. And then at the end, it's kind of like it went downhill instead of up. Like, I've got to be honest, like, it was solid all the way up until the last moments of that sword fight with Rafe. Pretty much after that sword fight with Rafe. From that moment in, my excitement for the ending of the game just kind of died down, and I realized how disappointed I kind of was at that point. Now, let me get into this. I know a lot of people are saying Nathan Drake or somebody should have died in this game. That's what should have happened. And I don't necessarily even think somebody had to die. Like, even if something else happened, like, I don't know, like, maybe if one of the characters got hurt really bad, like, for instance, like, at the end there, I know a lot of you, if you watch my last walkthrough part of the series, like, a lot of you may have noticed that I thought Drake lost his hand at the end of that sword fight, but then I quickly realized he didn't. I was super disappointed after that. Like, something like that would have been enough to kind of just, I don't know, tie this off nicely. I'm just saying, like, by the end of this game, like, in my opinion, there was almost no point in this whole adventure that Nathan Drake went on in this game. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but there was no closer. Like, well, even if you do consider what we got the end closer, it was very little and very unsatisfying closer, at least in my opinion. I mean, like, let's look at it like this. By the end of this game, like, a popular YouTuber who does Uncharted videos, Robin Gaming, he said it the best, I feel. I think he said something along the lines of like, you might as well have just called this Uncharted 3, or like this might as well have not. That's not what he said, but he was saying like basically the story kind of left off the same way Uncharted 3 story left off, and the story was the same by the end. And that's true. Like by the end of this game, we're right back where we started. Like, I mean, at least that's how I definitely felt. I feel like Nathan Drake as a character didn't get any closer. There was nothing in this game that really made it to where I don't think he would ever go back in a treasure hunting game. There was nothing so awful in this game where I think he can't be persuaded back in even a little bit. And even though, yeah, he makes it clear he doesn't want back in throughout the game, especially towards the end, like by the end, like even then, like it feels like it's still a possibility for him to get dragged back into this. Because one, let's look at it like this: the game leaves a lot of different possibilities for a sequel open, alright, or a fifth game open. They can do the stuff with Sully and Sam, even though they'll have to go back a little bit since the epilogue skipped ahead a lot of years. They can go back and explore some of that, or they can just pick up with Drake's daughter. Or the most unlikely thing I think they won't really do is they can also continue with Drake's story. Like I said, they could definitely do something like for instance, his daughter or Sam and Sully get into some kind of trouble, and you know he gets sucked back into this trying to save them, and it's just like, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. Like, that's all I'm saying. And I feel like this game was I feel like the ending in this game more kind of did a better job of setting up a fifth game instead of ending the franchise, or ending Nathan Drake's story at least. I mean, I guess like if they do the whole thing with his daughter, I guess you can say it was kind of at the end of the day a passing on the torch kind of story, you know, passing it on to her. But nah, bro. like I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I was just like kind of unsatisfied with the ending. I can't even get the exact words I want out right now because I'm just like so what do you call it, fluster-minded or whatever about this ending. Like, and the thing about it's not a bad ending, alright? Please don't get that confused. I'm not saying the ending was terrible. I'm just saying it wasn't big. It wasn't anything that exciting. It was cool to see that Drake had a daughter, but other than that, what did we really get by the end of this game? Drake, he's still chasing a Venture with Elena through their little TV show thing that they're doing. Even if it's not the bigger Venture, like, they're still kind of there. Sam, he didn't learn any kind of lesson. Like, he's still in the game, with Sully. So, yeah, the only thing that really came out of this game is I feel like Sam and Drake's daughter as two new characters, two big new characters. I feel like that's all that we really got out of this game by the end of it. Like, by the end of this game, I feel like Drake's right back where he started at the beginning. Like, he doesn't want to be a part of the treasure hunting game, but at the same time, it's still a clear possibility he could be dragged back in under the right circumstances. Like, no matter what anyone says, like, I mean, like, you can't deny, like, he's still in pretty good shape in the epilogue, so him and Elena, so it's still definitely possible for them to go back in, especially when someone as old as Sully is still running around. Definitely, like, it's still a huge possibility for him to get thrown back in here. But yeah, I just don't know what to say about that. That's how I feel about the story. As for the multiplayer, I've been playing more of that, and like I said about the story, the ending to the story, it's not bad, but the multiplayer, the problem I've run across with this, like, the multiplayer is just filled with a bunch of crap, like a bunch of bull, man. Like, I can't even lie, like, I feel like it just doesn't it barely relies on gun skill. I feel like there's so much other stuff there that the gun skill is kind of underplayed. Like, I could be wrong there, but like it just doesn't feel like it takes that much skill. It feels casual. Like, that's all I'm saying. And not that there's anything wrong with having something for new players, but like, you know, throw something in there for the veterans. It doesn't feel good. And once again, going back to Robin Gaming, he actually mentioned this also in his little review for the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, or whatever he named the video. Like, he was talking about how it's so focused on one play style, and I was feeling that. I couldn't think of what it was about the game that just felt so static to me about the multiplayer, but that was it. Like, it's so heavily team focused, and there's nothing wrong with a team focused multiplayer, but when that's literally the only way you're going to win in the game, that kind of limits a lot of the variety there. And I'm going to be honest, I think the multiplayer's biggest downfall right now, I feel like Uncharted 4's multiplayer's biggest downfall is that they tried to take too much from The Last of Us there. The down system, I don't think it works for Uncharted. I've got to be honest, I don't. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess it can work, but I just don't think it was something meant for Uncharted. That's all I'm saying. Like, also, like, what was something else? They did something else on last, so I can't even think right now. Well, I don't know. I can't think of the other thing. I know I had something else, but forget it. Like, you guys will probably pick up on what I was thinking about. But yeah, like, another thing about the multiplayer, all the mysticals, I know it's something people have complained about, and no, they're not really overpowered, but at the same time, they just throw them out. There's no reason for them to be there. Like, or just have a game mode where all of that's not in there. Like, put something in there, Naughty Dog, for people who just want a good standard solid multiplayer that relies on gun skill and stuff. Like, I feel like I'm just not getting that out of Uncharted 4's multiplayer, and every time I play a match, it's just kind of unsatisfying to me. I've got to be honest with you. Like, even when I get like managed to sneak up behind the enemy team and get like 3 or 4 kills off of them, like, it's not satisfying, and that really sucks. It's just I just don't know what it is. But yeah, on top of the multiplayer and that ending, like, I just didn't I was kind of disappointed with the game. I gotta be honest, I was like, but at the same time, once again, before I leave, I'm going to remind all of you that I am not saying Uncharted 4 is a bad game. That's not what I'm saying. Uncharted 4 is a great game. I still think it's probably the best game to launch this year. And a lot of you are going to be like, so you said all this bad stuff about, but you still think it's the best game to launch. So yes, I do. Like, the game is awesome, but like, let me just say this: the single player is amazing, but I find it just all gets dampened by the ending. In the multiplayer, it's not bad, it's just not the best out there. I said this in my review, I will say this again: Uncharted 4, on my list of games to remember, Uncharted 4 definitely doesn't beat games like The Witcher 3 or The Last of Us. Like, definitely not. Like, in terms of story, I feel like those games outclass this game. I'm saying that right now. Like, I'm sorry if you like Uncharted. I'm sorry if you like the story. In my opinion, The Last of Us story, The Witcher 3 story outclassed this. Like, it just, that's just how it is. I feel like even something like oh, I should say this, I'm gonna get so much hate for saying this one. Like, just be prepared to be mad. I feel like right now, even your story had more closure, like at the end, like with your son and stuff. I feel like that had more closure. And be on the lookout for a walkthrough for the new DLC on that. But back to Uncharted 4, yeah, like I feel like there was a lot of stuff there to disappoint. But with all that being said, I still gave the game a 9 out of 10 because like the game is awesome. It's still amazing. It just fell flat in what it needed to be, or what the fan video cut on me right there, but what Naughty Dog said it was going to be. And with that being said, guys, that's all I'm going to say about this. I feel like I've ranted long enough. I really do love Uncharted 4. I'm going to still be playing it. I'm just kind of disappointed right now. So, just expect not to see any gameplay from it right now on the channel. But, it will be coming back. I will be playing some more of it. I might upload a video, when I finally beat it on Crossing or whatever, so you guys can see me get the trophy or whatever. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave likes and comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Definitely leave those comments. If you disagree with me, tell me reasons why. Maybe there's just something I'm not getting about the end of the game that would make it all better to me. Maybe I'm just not getting what Naughty Dog was going for, or I don't know, or maybe I'm just not seeing eye to eye with them. But just let me know down below in the comments. I really would appreciate seeing what you guys think about this and what I had to say here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. ZFR out, guys.